grind. Yeah, Bubba grind.
Now we have a guy that could probably get in there if you...
It's game day. The Edmonton Oilers hit the road once again. What is up, nasties? How you doing out there? A little tardy coming on, but we're here. And we're coming in hot. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas. Brendan, can you turn my headphones? My ears are about to explode. That's good. That's good there. Welcome to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, Brendan, Eric in the house. How you doing out there? Welcome inside the William Huff Studios. Gage, it's going to be a fun show. We want you to participate. We want you to slam that thumbs up if you're watching us on the YouTube channel. We want us to text us on the River Cree inbox, 780-218-9999, as we'll talk a lot of F1. Me crushing Dusty and Tecmo.
It's big.
And I don't think there's much else to talk about.
No, it's Friday, man. We got to...
doing, man?
How am I doing?
Yeah.
You know how I'm doing.
You're really, you're in a good mood today. I love it.
Well, no, it's Friday. Came in a little early. Talked to the boys. You know, we had our discussions about everything.
We had some good laughs.
We laughed a lot. Fergie was in from the hangout, brought some donuts. That was nice of him.
Mike, the Michigan fan, brought again a whole whack of food.
Yeah, it's 6 o'clocker lager bread and bacon wrapped cream cheese, smoked, I believe. Yeah. It was lots of stuff. People are so nice to us around here.
No.
It's crazy.
Do we deserve it?
Probably not. But, and the amount of people that want to get in on this F1 pool is staggering. We got a lot of work to do, buddy, which is great. Thank you, everyone that submitted their resume.
And a regret, because we have to go through a whole bunch of... We're like two English teachers right now.
Yeah, yesterday I was like, maybe this wasn't such a good idea.
We have lots. So a lot of people. Keep them coming in. You have until March 10th.
Yeah.
You want to rehash what we got to do here?
Yes.
Yeah,
okay. So if you weren't listening yesterday, we have 2 spots open for our F1 fantasy pool here at Edmonton Sports Talk. What you do if you would like to participate over the 24 race schedule takes us into about December. I need 4 things from you to my email, Joaquin at edmontonsportstalk.com. The first one, why you should be in the F1 fantasy pool here at EST. 2 is your experience in F1. And look, you don't have to be someone that's a psychopath like myself that gets up early on Saturday mornings to watch or Sunday mornings to watch. If you're just getting into it, that's fine too. I want to know your favorite team, favorite driver. And last but not least, have you ever been to a race and which race you would like to go to most of all?
And where are they sending this to?
Joaquin at edmontonsportstalk.com. I have too many emails, so I forget.
Reid Wilkins says, I would like to be in the pool.
You're already in the pool, Reid. Jeez.
Big Maple says, with the first pick overall, Tommy selects Latin Stroll.
No, it works a little bit differently. Like the website, and I'll make myself available if you have any questions. If you are one of the lucky ones to get in, don't worry.
It's extremely complicated.
No, it's not. It's not complicated at all. Just Hernan thinks there's another.
I'm your huckleberry.
Sorry.
He says there's a better site, and it's not any better. I looked at it. It's terrible, actually. It's so much worse than the one we have is great because it's set it and forget it. You don't have to worry about it. It explains everything perfectly. But you just, I don't know what your problem is.
I have no problem.
Well, you said you couldn't access it on the phone or
It's just hard.
No, it's not.
It's really hard on your phone. It's better if you have it on a desktop, and it's difficult. It's difficult to understand. You're going to have to walk me through it all over again.
Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, okay. What was I going to say? Yeah, I was playing. Dusty's like, you want to get a game in? I destroyed him.
Yeah.
I was so unreal offensively. He couldn't stop me.
I know. I was shocked at like you had a quiet confidence about you.
Yeah, I shut.
So you looked like Connor Verhage.
Oh, we're not going there.
Oh, whoops.
Come on. No Oilers talk today. I've had it.
Yeah.
You're gonna live with.
No, not that one.
I can't take it anymore.
Right.
It's just, do you guys want to hear Oilers? Be honest. Let me know on the nasty chat.
Give us a thumbs up if you want to hear.
Let me know. Yeah, give us a thumbs up if you want to talk Oilers. Do you really want to talk Oilers though? Like for real? Like seriously?
Yeah, of course.
No, you don't. I know you don't. It's Friday. You want to be in a good mood. You want to, it's the last day of work. Weekend's coming. Weather's nicer.
You got to just put everything behind you a little bit too, right?
Yeah.
I think. You can't live in the past, buddy.
Well, Hawes' engine fell out of the car.
Yeah, that looked awful. Ollie Bearman was.
He's not impressed.
Well, he was like it was weird in the garage. He was what happened.
Yeah.
He was in there with the engineers, but. I mean, we just watched. If we're going to talk a little bit of F1, I'm a little bit behind. So last day of testing, I'm still in the morning session, but at that point, and sorry if I'm going to ruin it for some people, but I think I've given you enough time. But you got Leclerc with the fastest time so far. Usually, from what Tim Hauraney said, is the third day is where you kind of get a better understanding of where the cars are at.
Yeah,
and it's close, dude, man, and this is where people kind of ride with the same. It's all the same types of tires except for Albon. He went C2. I see it with the hard, but the times are staggeringly close right now. But we saw them break down the different sectors with Kimi Antonelli and Charles Leclerc, who is first currently, and Kimi was faster in a lot of the sectors. Which is crazy, thinking a young 17-year-old's challenging already.
17. Unreal. Unbelievable.
I think it's within the first 6 races. If he wins one of the first 6 races of the season, I could be wrong. Maybe it's 4. He will become the youngest driver to ever win a Grand Prix and dethrone one Max Verstappen.
Yeah. Let's tee up the show. The Reid Wilkins will join us at 1:40. I'm going to get Reid's thoughts. We've been having such good conversations in the bullpen.
It's been good today.
Yeah. Some good laughs. Some really good laughs. And I guess we'll get to some Oilers. Highlights, lowlights. You probably want to turn away for that.
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
just awful. We will get to some Oiler talk. I know you guys are waiting for it and want to just break this all down. Fire the coach. Trade for a goalie. What the hell is up with Connor McDavid? How about that third line going -3? How about that third goal of games? Chill, these folks. How about the post-game interviews? Boy, seemed a little chipper. What did you say about Kulak?
I thought Kulak won the Norris. Like, Jesus. He's my boy.
Yeah.
Hey, Brett, I know you're watching, buddy, and I love you, man. But and way to stay positive, I guess. Like you were. I don't know what was in your Gatorade bottle on the bench or something, but you were quite chipper at the end of the game. But he was a beast.
Yeah,
he was their best player. So
8 block shots, 5 shots, and a goal. He was outstanding, but a little too chipper for my liking on the post-game show. And I'm all for being positive. You should live your life that way. But it's okay. You shouldn't be smiling. And we all saw Draisaitl. Who was he looking back at when he kicked the door going into the dress? He was just angry. It wasn't at anyone.
No, he's looking because he had an extra set of gloves on the side. He was looking to see if they were there. He goes, "Where's most gloves?"
Hey, I love Leon. He scored a hell of a goal. He's been the only bright spot
aside from Kulak.
Yes, for a long time here, and that goal he scored. He slowed down and just shoved Forsling, who's a hell of a defenseman, aside when talk cheddar. So, Leon, you get a pass, my friend, because you've been outstanding. The other handful of players, and we're going to get to it. Some Some strong words from the head coach, Joaquin. Some strong words. All right. Keep hammering that thumbs up. We will get to the Oilers here coming up in the next segment. You also want to hit us up on the River Cree inbox. The afternoon inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, home of Tap 25 Restaurant, where the entire menu is 50% off 7 days a week from 2 to 5 p.m. Coming up next, fine, we'll do it. We will talk some Edmonton Oilers, and we want to hear from you. That's all coming up here on EST Afternoons. If you're watching EST YouTube channel, slam the thumbs up. If you're listening, iHeart, TuneIn radio apps. We're all feeling good on this Friday despite the struggles of the hockey team. We're back after the break. Here's Brendan with your sports update.
A light night on the NHL schedule sees only 3 games around the league, featuring the Leafs in New York as they face off against the Rangers. Dallas hosts Los Angeles, and the Wild hit the road to take on the Avs. The pride of Fort Saskatchewan, Kirby Dach's season has come to a close as he underwent an operation on his right knee. The Canada West semifinal kicks off as the Golden Bears take a trip down Highway 2 to Mount Royal as the Cougars host the best of 3. In the ACAC, Augustana drives the same highway, but they get off at Red Deer to play the Kings. And tomorrow, Game 2 between Nate and Concordia goes. Nate won Game 1, 5-4 in overtime. Three quarters of the NBA goes with 10 games around the association, including the Bulls playing host to the Raptors, who opened up a roster spot by waiving veteran PJ Tucker earlier today. The Titans of the East tip off when the Cavs and the Celtics meet up, and the Grizzlies welcome the Knicks. This sports update is brought to you by Gimme Virtual Golf. Step into a whole new golfing experience with 240 unique courses for you to play, featuring innovative technology that automatically tees up your ball for you while replicating real-life ball lies, shifting the ball in 24 different directions. Gimme Virtual Golf, where innovation meets the game. Visit their website at gimmevirtualgolf.ca. Highlights, lowlights around the break. I'm Brendan Eric. That's Trevor. And you're up to date.
Let's go, Brendan!
Your fix every single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
You want the heavy hitters on your team, both on and off the ice. If you've been injured in a car accident, call the heavy hitters of injury law. James H. Brown and Associates, Alberta Injury Lawyers. With over 200 years of combined injury law experience, their precedent-setting lawyers are ready to help. Locally owned and proud Edmonton Oilers fans, James H. Brown and Associates wants to support you with their unrivaled experience, unrivaled results, and unrivaled commitment. When accidents happen, head to jameshbrown.com.
Since 1952, William Huff has been the heartbeat of Edmonton's advertising world. From humble beginnings to a citywide powerhouse, we've been the go-to for signage from print to design and installation. Partnering with Edmonton's top sports franchises and major events, we've helped shape the city's global reputation. Our secret? Unmatched customer service, decades of experience, and a passion for excellence we call the William Huff Advantage. Visit us online at williamhuff.com.
Looking for quality building materials and friendly advice? Visit us at Windsor Plywood Leduc, family owned and locally run since 1993. From interior materials for doors, flooring, baseboards, and all the finishing touches to all you need for your outdoor projects like cedar lumber for decks and fences. Plus, all the plywood you'd need. Our full-time on-staff carpenter can help with anything odd-sized or custom. And from domestic hardwoods to exotic selections, we've got you covered. And if we don't have it, we'll track it down for you. Windsor Plywood Leduc. We're the experts you need to know.
1:25. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton Sports. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, and Brendan Eric. The producer for the next week is Coob's on his way to Seattle. The Coob. Do you miss him?
Solo too.
Solo. He's a lone wolf.
Oh, he's a one-man wolf pack. That
One-man wolf pack. And I'm looking forward to his pictures.
Are you? Last time he went to Vancouver, we got pictures of buses.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
And then there was a place called Tom's, and he's like, I didn't know Guzzola owned a coffee shop.
It's amazing. It's amazing. Don't just send them to us. Put them out in the world for everyone to enjoy.
Yes. Let's get to, we have to get to it. The Edmonton Oilers dropped their 5th straight. Much better effort. First 2 periods, they were right there. But I'll go with this. The good, Leon Draisaitl, just an absolute beauty. We kind of talked about it. The penalty kill, 6 for 6. I thought Stuart Skinner was good for the first 40 minutes. He was. Their best game in a while, but still not good enough. The bad, the third line. Brown, Janmark, -3 each. Enrique, -2. Skinner on the 3rd and 4th goals, I didn't like. Everyone on that 3rd goal. Klimberg, Bouchard, and that nuclear line. They all had a part in that, Joaquin. And we're gonna see it.
Right.
It was just awful. Knobloch says, I felt there were a few passengers. There's some guys that just didn't put in the effort that we needed. Now, we don't know who, but we can all assume.
Yes, we can.
He says, I just think about that 3rd period. Just not closing and giving them the space. They scored a key goal, having a little bit of space when there shouldn't have been any. They were able to gain the zone, hint, number 2, and make a play when that should be eliminated. Like, Knobloch's not a guy that throws a lot of shade. He's not a guy.
He's throwing shade. This is shady Knobloch right now.
He's getting a little too upset here. Gage, just your overall thoughts. I mean, you were with us on the post-game show. The nasty chat was absolutely unreal. A lot of good takes, a lot of, kind of panic takes. Like, I get it. You're in the heat of the moment and you want everything changed. But what did you take away from that game?
Well, like my performance on the post-game show, it was kind of like the Oilers. I didn't like it. It was, no, I don't know if I conveyed my views of the actual game. Like you said, I was impressed with Skinner's first 2 periods. I thought they were really good, but like you said, those 3rd and 4th goals, man, you need saves. You need saves at that point. That's where I think the frustration of this fan base has gotten to, where at those particular junctures in a game, that's the difference between a good goalie and a great goalie, right? And I'm not saying he's just a good goalie. I think Stuart Skinner is capable of doing some really good things, but he's got to find it here. I don't know. I think you said that Pickard was in the starting net
Well, they have him listed ahead of Skinner. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means.
So there's no line changes from practice.
Good.
Nurse came at the end of practice, skated, doing some work with Glenn Gulletson. Don't know his status ahead of the game. If Pickard goes tomorrow, you don't like that.
No,
Okay.
I don't think so. I think the only way for Stu to get out of this funk is to keep playing, right?
But
dig himself out of it.
I'll ask you a question because you're the goalie. What if he doesn't get out of this?
No, then they're screwed. But you got. What do you mean?
No, but like,
what kind of question is that?
No, but like, because we're all like, you got to play until you get out of the funk. Like, he's gonna win a game eventually. Yeah. So, but I mean, like, is one game gonna calm everybody down? No, it's not. I don't think.
No, there's a process here.
I don't think Skinner at this point can do anything,
man,
to turn the fans around.
No, but you can't be worried about that. You got always tell yourself as a goaltender, especially when things are right into the pooper, that you also have a fan base of millions of people hoping that you turn it around too.
Of course, yeah.
So that's kind of how you look at it. You don't look at all the negative people saying they want you out of town. You think all these people want is me to play well, and no one wants to play well more than I do. So take it with a grain of salt, man. He's got to find it. The only way he finds it. And I'll be upset I'll be really upset if he doesn't get this game against
Carolina.
I think that's a huge mistake on the coaching staff's part. If they are talking, well, let's give Pickard. That's the wrong decision. It's the last game of a road trip. This is an opportunity to finally salvage something of one of your pillars of your hockey team, and for anyone to feel better about themselves about this whole trip, it's Stuart Skinner. Play him, put him in this last game.
Okay, we're going to get to 2 goals here in highlights, lowlights. And listen, I was going to play the Draisaitl, but they're on a 5-game losing streak. We don't need to see it. It was beautiful. Great job, buddy. The only guy that's earning praise right now.
He's your buddy now.
Well,
Jesus.
Not really, but you know what I mean.
I wish he was my buddy.
And listen, I don't want to be hard on Ty Emberson, but it was just a bad play. Just roll it there, and we'll talk through it. Can you mute it? Just put us back. Yeah. Sorry, but that's my bad, buddy. I know I muted the other one, but yeah. Okay, here we go.
Okay, let's go.
Like Joaquin here, first, McDavid loses the puck. And you said this in the bullpen. Like, this is McDavid first. But then Emberson, just like a nothing play here. Like, to no one, Joaquin.
Well,
I get it. He's under pressure.
He's under pressure, wants to get the puck out. I understand it. But no one's there, too. Like, but you got to make sure. I call this, again, I've said this numerous times. I had a coach at one point call trying to get the puck out on your backhand an oxymoron, because it rarely happens.
Yeah.
Right? That thing's got to be high, hard off the glass if that's what you want to accomplish. Just wasn't good enough. And I didn't like, this is another thing. I didn't like the 2 goals, the last 2 goals that Stuart Skinner allowed. I really didn't like that rebound control. Like that's a puck that you can treat like you're a black hole and suck that thing up. That's what you want to do as a goaltender too. Like, you see your team kind of struggling. The puck's been turned over a few times. You want to get that puck and just start from scratch, get a face off and go again. That was an opportunity for Stuart Skinner to kill that play. Didn't happen there too. So it's just a compounding of errors. The McDavid turnover that shouldn't happen at that point. Skinner doesn't control his rebounds. That shouldn't happen on that particular play.
Yeah.
And Emberson with the weak ass backhand off the boards.
And there's no forward there, to be fair. Like, where's the forward?
I think it's McDavid falling down. Like, I don't where he's going into the corner.
Yeah.
I don't. We'll probably get to Connor McDavid, but he's got to be better, man. Like, he gets a pass a lot of times in his own end, but watch Connor McDavid's play compared to Barkov's last night, and kind of had the ISO cam. Barkov starts finishing. Like, he is so responsible in his own end, whereas McDavid's kind of doing the flybys. You know, I don't know. Maybe you got to sharpen his skates. Maybe he can't stop, but it seems like he can in the offensive zone. There's no excuse to not do that in the defensive zone too.
Smith says audio levels. What's going on? Okay, so this is the 3rd goal. Don't play it yet, Brendan. Sorry. It's the line change is awful by the nuclear option. Like, they know better than that. Bouchard does nothing. So I'm sorry, he does nothing. Lindbergh at least tries to get back, and I just think it's a bad goal on Stuart Skinner. Anything to add before we look at it?
I think Bouchard has, like, you know, those invisible fence dog collars that go off. Like, there's I think his defensive awareness just goes off after he crosses that blue line, because it seems like he just participates. He's
like system shuts down.
He just watches after that. When he gets in the offensive zone, it clicks. Like, then he's like all alert and sees everything. But you get lately with the defensive zone, he's just watching. He's not anticipating anything.
Okay, so there's not much to say about this 3rd goal, but we're going to run it and look at the line change, look at Bush, and look at Stuart Skinner. It's just, and look at the reaction after the goal by Stuart Skinner and Evan Bouchard. There's extreme frustration there. Let it roll, B. Oh, Lord.
So
watch the line change. Like, is that the appropriate time? Look at Bouchard. Oh, okay, you're there. Yeah, okay, whatever. And the funniest part is he tries to take the guy going to the net stick I don't know why, but and look at shoots the puck, the shake of the head. I don't know if he's mad at himself or mad at the line change.
I'd say he's a little bit mad at himself, but Bush, like you that look at that intensity, you know, it's
but look, once they get in the zone, look at the two defensemen.
He slashed the stick. Like,
look,
what is he doing? This is terrible. Terrible defensive play. Like Nabla said, nothing but passengers on this.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Even here, Bouchard is way over on the other side, right? What is he doing on the other side of the ice? And then there's just nothing. There's no... He's watching. The dog collar has shocked his defensive awareness out of his system. And then it's... Man, something's... I don't know what you do. It's been way too much. Someone has to sit him down and have the discussion. If he, what are you doing here?
And he still played 26 minutes?
Yeah,
and that's the.
But he had moments in the offensive zone, like in the second period. I loved the way he was. He wasn't looking for anyone else. He was taking it upon himself offensively to create opportunities, and he was funneling pucks to the net, which was great. And all of a sudden, you saw the Oilers with good chances, creating chaos, as we were saying. Chaos for the layperson. But it was great what he was able to do in the offensive side. But man,
and yesterday the analytics crew took to Twitter again, talking about he's only 11% of the puck touches he has are turnovers, which is really... Listen, if you have to continue to defend him and bring up all these numbers, that's for a reason. Watch the game. And again, he is brilliant offensively. He is. He's great in the offensive zone. He does great stuff. He's a great passer. No one's denying that. But unless you're watching him in the defensive zone, you can't sit here and keep sending all these numbers that he's great. He's great. Yeah, he has the potential. He showed it last year. Sure. But come on. You think that effort's good enough in the defensive zone? And it hasn't been just one game. It's been all season. Brett B says Bouchard is supposed to take a guy that Klingberg is right on. Really? Oh, come on, man. Like, he does nothing on that play. No one's saying go across and take Klingberg's guy. He does nothing.
But
he's not the only one to blame. The three forwards that went off. Like, enough.
But what is he doing on the other side? Like, you got to back up your partner. That could have been a breakaway easily. Yeah, just whatever.
I'm just like, listen, I'm not going to talk Bouchard anymore until he plays a good game. I've had it.
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore.
Because every time I talk about Bouchard, that's all Hernan talks about. Well, there's a reason for that. But now I'll just leave it alone.
Who's saying that?
Many people.
Really?
Yeah. On the pre and post game. People are upset that I kept bringing him up. But, and listen, I asked earlier, who was Knobloch singling out there when he said a lot of passengers? I mean, who do you think he was talking about, people? I'm pretty sure Evan Bouchard's one of them. He talks specifically about that third goal, letting them enter the zone. Who are the two guys letting them enter the zone? Like, I'm not making this up. I'm not just grasping at straws here and saying, Bouchard. I want him to do well. I know he can do well because we saw it. Where is that player?
Matt at the Garrison asks, does Bouchard's offense weigh out his defensive blunders? No, not at the moment.
He doesn't have a power play goal.
Yeah. Like, he's not putting up. I mean, he does have I think 42 points now, which is nothing to shake a stick at. But I don't think it outweighs what's happened because the manner of the mistakes, like it's just the lack of awareness, and it's nothing that the other team is doing to create something special. Like it's simple, straightforward, defensive structured hockey that you learn when you're a kid. It's.
Zedmo says Bush is a defenseman. Play defense. And listen, some offensive defensemen sometimes play on the second or third pair, Gage, right?
Yeah.
They're like specialists. This guy's not. He's on your top pair. And he showed last playoffs he can be a shutdown guy. He was awesome. That's why it's frustrating. We're not sitting here saying I don't think any of us have ever said move on from him. Because you're not moving on from a guy like Evan Bouchard. Not this early in his career.
Yeah, and people are asking about Klingberg too.
I'm sorry, but my expectations of Klingberg are really low.
Now they are.
Yeah,
There's
so
just
I'm not Bouchard, Klingberg, two different stories here.
It might Klingberg. There was some upside. You saw some of the poise, the puck distribution, but some of the blemishes have definitely showed up over the last few games. I think with I believe he gave the puck away a couple times last night, trying that little backhand sauce to someone instead of just a hard pass, tape to tape. Like, I know you're trying to make something happen there, but you're a team that's been leaky. I would, if I was the coach in that situation, and I'm talking to guys about getting if you're under duress, either it goes all the way down the ice, you get it off the glass, any pass, if the guy can't handle it, it's so hard that it's getting out of the zone anyway. Yeah. Right? There's no soft plays in your own zone from this point forward. Yeah. That's what I would tell everyone. When the puck's in our own zone, there are no soft plays. You were not going for that dipsy doodle pass over a stick to try to get to a guy. Everything is hard.
And listen, this is not that third goal. I put more on Skinner. He's got to stop that puck.
He's got to stop it.
He's got to stop it. Okay, so this is not.
That's a clean look.
Yeah, it's a clean look. And listen, we're talking about Bouchard's overall defensive game. We're not picking on him for that goal. He's a part of the problem on that goal. He is. Same with the three forwards and Klingberg. So it's not all on him. For me, the main culprit on that one is Stuart Skinner. He's got to stop that one. He's got to stop that one. There's nothing else to say. And when it comes to Klingberg and Bouchard, Bouchard's your top pairing guy. We've seen him play at the extreme highest level last year. That's why the standard for Bouchard is a lot higher than Klingberg. Because Klingberg, for me, was like, if he came in and was just decent, I'd be happy. And right now, you're seeing kind of a roller coaster with Klingberg. They need to go get another defenseman. It's that simple. And not because of Bouchard, because of Klingberg, because you can't roll in with these 7 guys going into the playoffs, especially when some of the guys are struggling. Matthias Ekholm is struggling.
Yeah. And the whole team's struggling, man. And I think, except for Leon and my boy Kulak.
And I think Ekholm, what he's doing what Nurse did last year when he was struggling. He's trying to do it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's getting
He's trying to do way too much.
Yeah.
And part of that is trying to make up for who he's playing with at times. Yeah. I think, because he's shown some certain body language that he's getting frustrated with his partner. Mm-hmm. I think, anyway, from what I've seen. Not a ton, but there was a couple glances over and a shake of the head. Yeah. They're very good at masking those types of things, but you can see it.
Oh, yeah. They're frustrated. And I mean, what you... All right. Done? We got to get to a break here. So we're going to bring in the one and only Reid Wilkins. Portions of this hour brought to you by the Canadian Brew House. NHL lives at the Canadian Brew House every Oilers game day. Get $1 off tankards of Molson Canadian and Coors Light, where you can win game tickets and 2 tickets to a surf and turf dinner at the end of the season. Full details at thecanadianbrewhouse.com. Reid Wilkins on the other side of the break. Here's Brendan with your sports update.
A light night on the NHL schedule sees only 3 games around the league, featuring the Leafs in New York to face off against the Rangers. Dallas hosts Los Angeles, and the Wild hit the road to take on the Avs. The pride of Fort Saskatchewan, Kirby Dach's season is over as he underwent season-ending surgery on his right knee. The Canada West semifinal kicks off as the Golden Bears take a trip down Highway 2 to Mount Royal, as the Cougars will host their best of 3. In the ACAC, Augustana drives the same highway, but they get off in Red Deer to play the Kings. And tomorrow, Game 2 between Nate and Concordia goes. Nate winning the first one in overtime, 5-4. 10 games around the association, including the Bulls, playing host to the Raptors, who opened up a roster spot by waiving veteran PJ Tucker earlier today. The Hawks welcome the Thunder, and the Titans in the East tip off when the Cavs and the Celtics match up. This sports update is brought to you by Capital Care. Financial support deeply affects residents at Capital Care. Whether it's a one-time donation or a monthly contribution, every penny counts. Find out how you can donate at capitalcarefoundation.net. Reid Wilkins joins the fellas after the break. I'm Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
The EST Hangout.
He is moving on
It's because that one was just easier to maneuver.
Yeah, but the other one, he got stuck. This one, he's like, look at those fingers. Actually, Kate, we're going to get to White Lotus in a second. I am just stunned.
Turn it back up.
All right, away. Well, we're at 55 seconds.
It'll be over here. Do you want me to look at you to finish, or do you want me to look at the camera?
Look at me. No, look at the camera. A minute, too.
The EST Hangout, presented by Sentinel Storage. Weekday mornings 9 to 11, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Love is in the air.
I love you.
And you? And you? And you? Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the internationally recognized tribute, the Alan Jackson Experience, April 18th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Hungry and need it now? The Canadian Brewhouse Express Lunch, served in under 15 minutes or it's free, Monday to Friday till 2 p.m. Roasted turkey club and soup, Alberta Wagyu ravioli, and more. Fast, fresh, and no excuses. Get to the Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
1:47. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Keep hammering that thumbs up. We're halfway to 100. It's a good start. Text us 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree inbox. Joaquin Gage in the house. Hernan Salas, Brendan Eric, and Reid Wilkins. Reid, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing well, Hernan. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. Oscars this weekend. Are you a big Oscars guy?
Yes, I love watching the Oscars.
Okay.
Because I like knowing what movies are supposedly good. No, yeah. I have not seen. Well, I did this a couple of days ago. Jay and I did it. Our off-topic topic was what Oscar nominee for Best Picture should I watch? Because I've only seen 2 of the 10. I've seen The Substance and I've seen Dune Part 2.
Okay.
I know neither of you guys knows a lot about Dune.
Stop it.
Really, I'll just talk to you about Dune, Hernan. So listen.
I've never seen Dune.
So it's the sand planet, right? And
it's called Arrakis.
Worms.
I'll be honest, I haven't seen any of the movies that are up for Best Picture, but I saw them all. I saw the list, and a lot of them intrigued me.
I think I might watch Conclave.
Okay,
especially if I watch something with my dad this weekend, because I think that'd be something he would be interested in too.
Yeah,
The Brutalist sounds very interesting.
Yes.
The one that is going to win supposedly doesn't sound as interesting to me. Which one was it again? But anyway, I like watching the Oscars. I know when I tell people that sometimes like people actually get mad because they're like, "Oh, you just like the actors and all their personal." I'm like, no, I don't.
Yeah, it's
really care. I like them. But no, having said that, some of the acceptance speeches over the years, I'm sorry, I don't remember the gentleman's name. Do you remember the deaf?
That was powerful.
The one Best Actor. And that movie is like impossible to find.
Yeah.
Coda. And it also won Best Picture.
Apple Plus.
I saw Coda the other day.
And where did you get it?
Apple Plus.
Okay, I don't have Apple Plus.
Yeah.
See, that's why we need Blockbuster. Is it not? Is it Amelia Perez that is the favorite, or is it Honora?
Yeah, I think
Honora, I've seen the trailers. Looks pretty good.
Okay.
And Nickel Boys looks fascinating.
And I
as well.
didn't know anything about that one until I
Yeah.
started reading about it a couple of days ago.
I mean, they all.
Well, they
like-
should be good.
Yeah, of course.
if Dune 2 doesn't sweep everything,
Well, it should win. I would assume it's going to
Visually.
win for some visuals. Like,
Yeah.
what else is it up for? I don't know.
costume design, possibly.
Those are two of the best looking movies ever made. Canadian director, as I'm sure you know. Denis Villeneuve.
Villeneuve.
Yeah.
Any relation to Jacques?
I don't think so.
No.
Jasmine says Honora is the favorite.
Oh, is that the favorite? Okay.
I think you have to pay for that one still on. I think it's on Crave, maybe. Coda's good, man. We just saw it the other night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I'd like to see that.
It
looked like it was a
it
good,
moves
good
the
movie.
heartstrings a little bit.
Yeah, but his acceptance speech, him signing it,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
translator giving out was pretty amazing.
I like those speeches. I like the ones that you can see that they're really attached. They're not acting when they're
Right.
You know, those ones are good.
Well, and I think when sometimes too, some of the behind the scenes people win, or the people win for best short documentary, you know, and you realize these people might have poured several years of their
Yeah.
life
Yeah.
into a 15-minute film and probably have other jobs.
Yeah.
You know, or
no,
or they're not doing
still
this.
working at the Blockbuster.
Yeah, they're not right. They're not doing this, and you see them get those accolades. And I will say this: talking about streaming has helped documentary film.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because now people
love
will actually be like,
documentaries.
this sounds interesting. I might watch this, as opposed to you're in a Blockbuster on a Friday night.
You're not renting.
You know what?
it.
I need to unwind.
Yeah.
I don't need to watch something about.
Yeah.
But at home, you might check out, a doc or a series or something like that. So I'll watch the Oscars for sure.
Yeah, Emilia
And I want to see how
Paris
Conan does.
Seems amazing. It's the first time I'm hearing about it. I didn't see that on the initial list, but here's
There
the
was
list.
one I
What
read
is
the
Conclave
synopsis.
about? What's
It's
the,
about, I believe, it's fictional. It's about the selection of a new pope.
Yeah.
And I
Oh,
think
that's with
I
Rafe.
think the political intrigue and
with Ray Fiennes and
there might be something involving an is it kind of a crime thing too?
I think so.
Yeah, Ralph Fiennes, Stanley Tucci.
Oh, he's great.
Yeah, John Lithgow.
So it's fiction because nothing ever happened wrong in the church.
No, and there's never been controversy around the selection of a pope.
Do you know what color the smoke is when they finally select the pope?
I think it's white.
Yeah.
And gray is when they're still
When they're
undecided.
still undecided,
or they
yeah.
still haven't, yeah.
Good for you.
Does anyone get slapped at this year's?
I would say unlikely. Because that was, 3 years ago now?
2 years
already?
ago?
They've what I read was they've beefed up security too.
So nobody can get on stage.
Who's hosting?
Conan's hosting.
Oh, okay. So
I want to see how he does.
Yeah.
I think over the years, Billy Crystal's been pretty good.
I've liked Kimmel.
Kimmel's been okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he was pretty good last year from what I remember.
Yeah.
But that's part of it too, is seeing how he does his stand-up, or the host
Yeah.
does the stand-up at the beginning.
What was it? Who was the tandem with the Pineapple Express guy?
Anne Hathaway
and
Franco, was it?
Franco. Yeah, that wasn't good.
They were not good.
No,
very unnatural.
Yeah, very uncomfortable with one another.
Yeah,
too.
I know they tried something different, but just have a comedian do it.
Yeah,
that who can improvise if need be.
Why not have Ricky Gervais do it? That would be the best.
He's great.
I wonder if the Golden Globes say you can't do. Does he still do the Globes?
I think he's finally said no. I'm done.
I think
But I've gone back
'cause they got that guy last, the comedian, who's not very funny.
Joe Coy.
Yeah, he was terrible.
He was terrible.
Oh, I didn't watch that.
I've never liked his stand-up either. I don't think he's funny. Gene Hackman, sad story. Favorite Gene Hackman movie?
Well, Hoosiers as the sports sentimentality. I think Jay and I did our top 3 yesterday, and I also said Unforgiven and The French Connection. Bonnie and Clyde. I know it's from the late 60s, but I would say if you're into movies, check that out. A young Faye Dunaway. I remember that being a good movie. He was in No Way Out, which kind of helped launch Costner's career. And
That's a great. I wouldn't even think of that one yesterday.
Like the twist in the final 5 seconds, wasn't it? So those are the ones that come to mind. But man, he was in a lot.
All right. Well, it's going to take a dark turn right now. Edmonton Oilers.
It's a tone shift of the film now.
Oh my god!
I thought it was a comedy, and then
there will be studies made on the Edmonton Oilers team because Reid, a better game last night. You were watching it with us at BP's. A good 40 minutes. And listen, a lot of the guys played well. Chris Knobloch said there's passengers, and I think we can all kind of look to who it is. But you kind of been saying this was going to be an 0-5. Like, why did you have that feeling? Because you've been pretty much spot on with this team with their record all year.
Because of how they lost in Philadelphia, I immediately thought this is going to be a bad week. Because Philadelphia is not a very good team, and they gave up a ton of chances. They did nothing offensively in the third period when they still could have come back. I mean, they were down 5-3, but they didn't even threaten.
Yeah,
they didn't force Philadelphia to really do anything. And then after that, I thought a loss in Washington was obvious. So yeah, it's just it started before the Four Nations break, and obviously that didn't help them at all. But it's just they're playing very passive, I think.
Yeah.
In all three zones of the ice, and then they're not getting saves.
No,
and then a couple blatantly bad goals have gone in.
Yeah,
I mean, you got to at least make some difficult saves along the way.
Yep.
And I guess Skinner did that for 2 periods last night, but then not in the third. So it's absolutely everything. And now I know the PK's done a little better the last 2 games, but the PK's been horrible. The power play, quite frankly, doesn't look threatening at times. So there's not really a single aspect of the game that I can look at and say, well, that's okay.
Yeah.
And so that's why early in the road trip, I think this is going to be a tough week.
Yeah, and we didn't bring it up yet, but you brought it up yesterday on the postgame show. Like, they're passing up shots. Like, especially on that power play, Nuge has a shot wide open in the slot, and he's still looking for Dry.
Still looking for Dry.
McDavid won't shoot the puck.
And you watch Bobrovsky, and he's cheating like crazy because he knows it's going over. And it's a much easier angle to stop the puck, right? You can get over there. It's if Shakespeare wrote this story of the Oilers, what would it be? A tragic comedy? Like, would this be The Merchant of Venice? I think, right?
Yes, the Bouchard of Venice, perhaps.
Yeah, the Bouchard of Venice is what Shakespeare would call this up to this point.
What are you seeing from Matthias Ekholm? We just discussed it. Listen, the Vikings a hell of a defenseman, but I feel like he's in that mode since coming back from the Four Nations that I almost feel like he's trying to do too much out there, and he's getting caught a lot. He struggled yesterday. Let's call it how it is.
He does, and he doesn't look like he's moving very well.
Yeah,
no,
which is a little concerning at his age. You start to worry: is this a slump, or is this the sign of foot speed starting to go? I don't know if something is still bothering him, but we know he was sick before the break because he actually missed the game. He still sounds awful.
But he moved quite well at the Four Nations, though.
Yeah, that's true. I thought that was encouraged.
There was some, like, he was taking the puck low and looking for guys, and I thought, well, maybe it's just playing with your countrymen, and it's a different, you got Carlson with you or whatever. Maybe there was a little bit more, and then obviously he switches partners and realizes he can't be the guy going down and trying extra things. I don't know. Yeah, he didn't. He looks like, and Hernan said it prior in the previous segment, that he's kind of looking like Darnell Nurse did last year, trying to do too much.
Well, and that's an interesting way to put it. And I think since they've come back from the break, Draisaitl's been fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you'd probably say Kulak and Nurse have just kind of been themselves, like sort of continuing these solid years where you don't often see them on the wrong end of a play.
Yeah.
And then plus, especially in Kulak's case, his name is winding up on the score sheet a little more often than you would expect. But, having said that, this is a team failure. So I mean, Draisaitl's spectacular, but I think they're all looking to turn it around. I think they're frustrated. And I know it's frustrating for fans because I know I got it, and I'm sure you guys get it. Well, they've been through this before. Well, they've lost 3 in a row before. Why are they doing it again? Well, I always say there's another team trying to stop them, and people do have slumps and bad days, but it's at a kind of an alarming length now. And again, I don't expect them to win tomorrow in Carolina. I stand by my prediction that they are going to lose badly against the Hurricanes.
Okay.
That rock bottom is still coming tomorrow, and then they're going to start to climb out of this a little bit. But it's they're just finding ways. Good teams find ways, and that's why I always said earlier in the season, and I've said this for years. Don't complain about a comeback win or an unlikely victory. It still beats the alternative.
Yes.
I know they were playing with fire falling behind, but they showed the ability to come back.
Yeah.
And now you feel like down one, the game's over.
Yeah.
Though I know they fought back from down a goal yesterday a couple of times. So hopefully it turns around, but maybe this spurs something significant to happen at the deadline, or maybe this will make Stan Bowman and Jeff Jackson a little more likely to address an area of need and not say, we can kind of take a chance on it going into the playoffs.
Who would you start in net tomorrow?
Pickard.
Oh, okay.
Well, I said they were going to hit. This was rock bottom last night. So obviously Reid knows more than I do in that respect. And also, obviously, he knows more about goaltending too. So
No.
Because I said that Stuart Skinner should play and somehow try to work his way out of this.
Well, that's also makes sense.
Well, thanks, Reid.
Reid, what's coming up on the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne?
A lot of Jay and I talk. We're just gonna dive deeper, keep diving into Oilers stuff. Jay's all over looking at possible realistic trade targets.
Okay,
so we'll talk about that. We'll go. I know you guys have been doing it too, but our takes on the Knobloch comments.
Yeah.
And then we will have a little bit of fun, not so much directly with the Oscars, but movie. I'll tell you our off-topic topic for William Huff. Who would be the first person you would thank if you had to give an acceptance speech? So people can think about that. Mull that over as they're watching you guys.
My mama.
There you go. Hernan knows who it is.
I'd Snoop Dogg that thing. Myself.
Thank weed?
The one and only Reid Wilkins here on EST Afternoons. That does it for hour one. Hour two, we'll continue the Oilers talk, some Oscars talk, and we'll go around the world of sports here on EST Afternoons. We're back after the break.
The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne.
Animator Andrew Ford.
When you see there's credits and you just see like hundreds and hundreds of names, usually the more names meant that the project was in more trouble and they just needed to add people to get it done. The deadline doesn't shift. They know they need it in theaters by November, for example, for Zootopia 2. The more it's in trouble, the more they need to throw bodies at it.
The Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne, weekday afternoon 3 to 6, only on Edmonton Sports Talk. Your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Looking for a winning strategy for your retirement? Contact me, Joaquin Gage at K4 Financial, where expertise meets dedication. I will always look for a careful approach to your retirement, ensuring your financial future is secure. From tailored strategies to clear, actionable advice, I'm here to guide you every step of the way. Don't leave your future to chance. Get in touch with me, Joaquin Gage, today at k4financial.ca or email joaquin.gage@k4financial.ca to start planning for a brighter future and a more secure retirement.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the internationally recognized tribute, the Alan Jackson Experience, April 18th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
A light night on the NHL schedule sees only 3 games around the league, featuring the Leafs in New York to face off against the Rangers. The Stars host the Kings, and many jumps on the road to take on the Avs. The pride of Fort Saskatchewan, Kirby Dach's season has come to an end as he got surgery on his right knee, leaving him out for the rest of the season. The Canada West semifinal kicks off as the Golden Bears take a trip down Highway 2 to Mount Royal as the Cougars will host the best of 3. In the ACAC, Augustana drives the same highway, but they get off at Red Deer to play the Kings. And tomorrow between Nate and Concordia, they'll play game 2. Nate won the first game 5-4 in overtime. 10 games around the association, including the Bulls playing host to the Raptors, who opened up a roster spot by waiving veteran PJ Tucker earlier today. The Titans of the East tip off when the Cavs and Celtics meet, and the Battle of LA finishes off the night when the Clippers head across the street to Crypto.com Arena. Over to the NFL with free agency in the air. The Rams and Matthew Stafford have agreed to a restructured contract. Hernan and Gage with you right now. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
Get rid of them. Nice.
2:06. Welcome back to hour 2 of EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. We're live from the William Huff Studios. Keep hitting us up on the nasty chat. Text us 780-218-9999. And if you're listening, iHeart, TuneIn, radio apps, EdmontonSportsTalk.com. If you'd like to participate in the Heavy Hockey Showdown, just go to EdmontonSportsTalk.com and hit the HH Showdown tab, and you got all the information there. Can you believe it's we're heading into March already?
Yeah, you said this earlier. It's still February, all right?
For one day. Hey, and happy birthday to my.
But before he said, "Can't believe it's March already."
What is?
That's how I hear Hernan in my head. It's not
tomorrow.
Tomorrow. It's still February.
This year's flying by.
Certain years we would have another day of February.
Yeah. Happy birthday to my buddy Dennis, my childhood buddy.
Is he born on the 28th?
28th, yeah.
Not the 29th.
No, 28th.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So happy birthday to my buddy.
Do you have any friends that are leap babies?
I don't think so.
No, me neither.
But March, man. It's crazy. Before you know it, the Elks are going to be starting their season. Before you know it, the Oilers are going to be starting their next season. Before you know it, it's going to be Christmas.
Beware the Ides of March. This is a big Shakespearean episode here.
It is. Do you like the month of March?
Let's see. March. What usually happens in March?
St. Patrick's Day.
I don't participate as much anymore. Green beer. I like March because of first of all, family-wise, my daughter, we're getting close to dance season here. This is when it really starts ramping up, right?
Picks up, eh?
You got to get that going. I always start tweeting out the Jeff Goldblum from Jurassic Park 1 because the snow is melting and I got to go clean up poop in the backyard, which really sucks. But it's, patio weather is on the horizon. It's a little bit warmer. Get rid of the snow. It's kind of, March to me is like a cleanup month.
Okay.
Getting ready for better weather and being outside a lot more. Because the sun is a lot different. Like I told you, the way the sun reflects off my neighbor's window and comes into my kitchen, it only happens at certain times of the year, and that's when you know the change is coming. So it's it doesn't happen anymore. So I know we're really close.
How what was I gonna? Holy crap! What was I gonna say, Gager?
You were going to mention how you thought that Connor McDavid.
No more Oilers talk. I'm done with it. I just can't do it.
I can't take it anymore.
We got to give away 2 hours of free virtual golf.
That is
Gimme
great.
virtual golf. I need a golf trivia, though. Can you help me with that?
Yeah.
You're a golf guy.
Not really.
No.
Let's go with.
No, that's too easy, man. Yeah, I got to make them work a bit, right? What event is on, though?
What's the next event that comes up?
Well,
what's the first major?
Let me look this up.
Come on, you have to know.
I'm not a golf guy, man. I don't know.
You never sat down and watched?
I have, like Tiger.
Gone down to Augusta, Georgia, to the Masters. A tradition like no other, buddy.
What do you think?
I mean, everyone likes the Masters. That's the first one, and I like when the Masters is on the horizon because it usually means playoffs are the next week. So,
Is there a good golf movie outside of Happy Gilmore?
Tons of good ones.
Name a few.
Tin Cup I liked with Costner. I'm on the ban of Will Smith, but The Legend of Bagger Vance is okay. It's all right. Let's see. What's another really good golf movie?
Oh, there's that classic Caddyshack.
Oh, Caddyshack. But I'm thinking about, was there, I mean, yeah, Tin Cup.
Yeah, there's not a lot of good golf movies, man.
I think there's one like the story of Ben Hogan a little bit. I mean, that would be if there's any aspiring filmmakers, the Tiger Woods story would be fascinating, right? If someone doesn't have the rights to that yet, that would be good.
T-Rock says, before we know it, the Oilers will be golfing.
Oh, jeez.
Johnson, before we know it, we'll be back in the Stanley Cup Finals.
Is that what? Oh, wow.
Yeah, I like that. I like
Very,
that.
She's obviously drinking the same thing that Kulak's drinking. Very optimistic.
Okay. We'll talk a little bit more about the Oilers. Listen, I'm not asking players to cry in their post-game interviews, and I'm all for positivity, man. It's all good. But with Stuart Skinner, I think it's almost a shtick where he's not going to give in to the negativity from media and fans alike. There's no way he can be. I mean, he's won one of his last 7 games, Joaquin. He's struggling mightily. I appreciate the positivity, but yesterday there was no self-reflection. Are you okay with that? And smiling and again, I'm not. I mean, it's
look, what you're upset with his post game?
Well, I mean, like like you said, it looked like Kulak won the Norris last night because he was so happy. But like, I mean, you should be a little bit. And listen, I have no issues with what Stuart Skinner said. Just. He's far too chipper for my liking.
You're upset because of his game, where it's at. You don't think you should take a little bit more onus in
maybe take a little bit more onus, but like, and again, I know he's done this positivity training, which is great, Gage. I'll never be upset about a person doing that, but in sports sometimes, like, and again, sure, take the high road, and that's great and all, but. I don't know. Like I'm not saying I had a huge problem with it. I just found it a little, your team is struggling mightily, and both guys are out there smiling in their post-game pressers.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You gotta keep your mind right. Things aren't going well for Stuart Skinner right now. Sometimes you got to treat yourself. You got to treat yourself like a boxer does, almost hyping themselves up before a fight. Everyone telling them how great you are.
Okay.
And it's hard, man. You have to. And he's doing all this self-reflection to try to keep his mind in the right spot. But saying that, he can say all that stuff, but his language during the game is showing me something completely different. Like. When have you seen Stuart Skinner shake his head and stay down for so long after a goal against and stuff? Like say all you want. I don't really care. Like you can critique what you say after a game. It's what the language on the ice is what tells the true story, and what Stuart Skinner has shown when he allows a goal against recently is not good. I don't think. Compared to what we've seen, it looked like in the past that he was able to, no matter what type of goal, whether it was his fault or something he just didn't have a chance on at all, he seemed to let that go pretty easily, which is a very difficult thing to do as a goaltender. Now you see the shakes of the head, the looking at people, the staying down. It's affecting him a little bit more. So don't just say it in the interview. Implement that how you used to do it when things were going well for you. I think you would be better off or better suited to do it that way.
Yeah, and like Kulak doesn't do a lot of media, and he's kind of like a Hyman. It was almost like a nervous laugh, kind of like, we're not playing well.
Yeah.
No, I don't want to put too much into it either, but I know some fans were pretty upset yesterday in the post-game show when we played it. And Dusty played it on the morning show. He played it on the oil stream for a reason, because he takes the high road, and good on him. But then that's why I think it's like I'm not going to let the negativity of the media and the fans get to me, and I'm just going to continue to say, you've seen Mitch Marner do the same.
Yeah,
we're playing great, and they were playing terribly, right? So, and it angers fans, and I understand that part of it, but
it's part of the game a little bit. I was trying to look up, I can't find it, but do you know? Because I know the Oilers hired that sports psychologist. Is he still with the team?
I think he is,
but he's not around full time, or he's in at certain.
I know last year they were around full time.
Yeah,
I think there was two of them. Because one was with the Elks too, and he was with the Oilers. Great guy. I don't know if they're with the Oilers this year.
No, really?
Yeah. So I hope
to be completely honest, when we had motivational guys that came in, I hated it. Yeah. I was like, it was like, why don't I just go home and watch Oprah? It was just.
Well, and I can see that though. A lot of people just maybe don't.
It wasn't for me, right?
Yeah.
But it was. I felt it didn't help. Someone who I found talking to people, like other hockey people at that point, was a lot more beneficial than someone who, their background in sports was very limited, and telling me how I should and feel and think, and without kind of having an inkling of what it's like, it was weird.
Oh yeah. So it's if you like golf movies, check out The Phantom of the Open. Unbelievable, true historical character. Let's see here.
Golf movies?
Sounds like Hernan could use a dart.
Don't smoke darts.
Oh, boy.
They're bad for you.
Yeah. I don't know. All right. We're going to give away 2 hours. All you have to do is text in first and last name and your email. We'll have your phone number, obviously. 780-218-9999. That is the River Cree Inbox. The River Cree Inbox is presented by the River Cree Resort and Casino, featuring Italia Restaurant, home of the $6.99 brunch special from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Sundays. You brought up Tin Cup, right?
Yes.
Kevin Costner.
Great ending.
Who was his
Cheech Marin
love interest in the movie?
Rene Russo.
Well, okay, never mind.
Oh, I thought you were asking me.
No. I was going to ask our listeners. We're going to
change that. Why didn't you stop me after Cheech?
Well, I don't know. Let me see what else I can do here.
Okay, who was the antagonist in Tin Cup? Who was the actor?
Let me see.
Well, don't say it. That could be the question.
Okay. I don't know who. So
I do.
Okay.
Well, don't ask me because I'll tell you.
Okay, so say it again.
Who was am I saying that right? The antagonist, like the mean person.
Okay.
In Tin Cup. Who was Kevin Costner's rival in that movie?
Yes, and sorry, send that name in, and then if I select you as the winner, you have to send me your first and last name in your email. You don't send it now.
I guess I'm going to give me virtual golf for 2 hours.
I totally explained that incorrectly, so send in Tin Cup's Kevin Costner's rival, I guess, or okay. Send that in now to 780-218-9999. We're back here on EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas.
It's Friday.
Here's Brendan with your sports update.
A light night on the NHL schedule sees only 3 games around the league, featuring the Leafs in New York to face off against the Rangers. The Stars host the Kings, and Manny jumps on the road to Colorado. The pride of Fort Saskatchewan Kirby Dach's season has come to an end as he underwent season-ending surgery on his right knee. The Canada West semifinal kicks off as the Golden Bears take a trip down Highway 2 to Mount Royal as the Cougars host the best of their 3. In the ACAC, Augustana drives the same highway, but they're off to Red Deer to play the Kings. And tomorrow, Game 2 between Nate and Concordia goes Nate winning the first game 5-4 in overtime. 10 games around the association, including the Bulls playing host to the Raptors, who opened up a roster spot by waiving veteran PJ Tucker earlier today. The Titans of the East tip off when the Cavs and Celtics meet, and the Battle of LA finishes off the night when the Clippers head across the street to Crypto.com Arena. Tomorrow, when Golden State is in Philadelphia, they won't see Joel Embiid, who will miss the remainder of the season to focus on rehabbing his knee injury. This sports update is brought to you by Windsor Plywood Leduc, locally owned and operated since 1993. They're more than just plywood. They offer everything from doors, flooring, to decking, fencing, and custom millwork. Windsor Plywood Leduc, the experts you need to know. More Joaquin and Salas after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
Single game with the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Whether it's breaking down the starting lineup, predicting key matchups, or diving deep into the game's biggest moments, Tom and Hernan are here to give you the best insight and analysis in the city. After the final horn, get the breakdown of every key moment, performance, and player reactions. It's your one-stop shop for all things game day. Catch the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame and postgame shows with Tom Gazzola and Hernan Salas. Only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Make your birthday legendary at the Canadian Brewhouse with epic food, killer drinks, and an unbeatable vibe. Plus, download the Canadian Brewhouse app and score free nachos on your big day. Book your party now to celebrate like a pro. The Canadian Brewhouse. Our house is your house.
Love is in the air.
I love you.
And you? And you? And you! Why choose between your beloved items? Sentinel Storage, keeping your treasures safe to be loved again. Try 4 weeks free. Details at sentinelstorage.ca.
Hey Edmonton, ready to take advantage of lower rates and better pricing? South Fort Chevrolet in Fort Saskatchewan has you covered. From rugged trucks to sleek SUVs. And with over 40 years in business, you can trust that you're getting the best deal on your new ride. As the proud title sponsor of the Nielsen Show, EST listeners can drive a little to save a lot with South Fort Chevrolet's transparent pricing and down-to-earth sales team. Visit us today in Fort Saskatchewan or online at southfortchev.com.
Got some gently used furniture or home goods that need a new home? Find Edmonton is here to help. Every month we furnish over 100 homes to those transitioning out of homelessness, and we need your gently used furniture and home goods. Drop off at 5120 122nd Street or call for free local pickup. Just visit findedmonton.com to learn how your donations can help create a home for someone in need. Plus shop our thrift store, in-store or online, with proceeds benefit those moving out of homelessness through housing supports. Visit us at findedmonton.com. Find Edmonton, supporting our community one home at a time.
.223. Welcome back to EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. We're having a good time. The vibes are good here at AST. Everybody's happy it's Friday. Even though
Did you just say AST? Are we Alberta
EST,
Sports Talk now?
Even though I work tomorrow. The Oilers.
Of course.
It's going to be fun.
You're all gas, no break, buddy.
All gas, no breaks. We want to know who the villain was in Tin Cup. Is that the proper?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Send that into the River Crane box, 780-218-9999. And one of you with the correct answer will win 2 free hours at Gimme Virtual Golf. They're about 2 blocks from our studios, right by the Subway and the Wendy's and the Swiss Chalet on 170th Street. And it's a great facility, Joaquin. We've gone there. It's absolutely outstanding. You will going to love it.
It's antagonist. I was right. I was worried. So a person who actively opposes or is hostile to someone or something. An adversary. Okay, so yes. Who is Tin Cup's main adversary, or Kevin Costner's main adversary in Tin Cup?
Yeah, AST, I'm down in Red Deer.
Maybe we're expanding today.
We're 33 away from 100. We're running out of time. Let's hit it. Let's hit it if you believe the Oilers will turn this around. I think they will. Let's end on a
break.
They're probably going to win tomorrow and flip the script on everybody, man. That's what they do, man.
How dare you go against the Wilkins?
I know. Reid is just, he's never wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's got a feel for it.
I know.
Yeah. He's quite an impressive man.
Very.
Let's see here. You know what? Let's bring Brendan in.
Uh-oh.
He's filling in for the next week as our guy Coob's down in Seattle. What was he going to do? He's going to a Kraken game. What's that market called down
there? Public market.
Okay.
Pike Public market. Yeah.
Sure. Something like that. Yeah.
And you know what's good about Coob? You'll try anything. Like food wise. Yeah. He'll
probably make like 30 friends. That guy will talk to anyone. It's amazing. He'll talk to you even if you don't want to.
Yeah. Sometimes you're not even listening.
No, it's amazing how someone in this office can be in every single conversation around the office. Like I'll be talking to you and he'll be part of every single conversation.
Oh, he's
Love
great.
that kid.
He's great. Brendan, how you doing, man? How's you started in mid-January. How's it been so far, a month and a half in?
It's good. Yeah. I'm starting to find a little bit of a roll. Everything's starting to become a little bit easier. Minus the beginning of this show. That was a nightmare.
Hey, you know what, man? I was
it's not your fault.
It's
not your fault.
You only learn, unfortunately, from messing up.
Yeah.
Not that you messed up, but once you get put into the stuff and you actually have to do it on your own, that's the only way you learn. Like, unfortunately, mistakes cause you to learn. Well, if you do everything right or someone helps you the whole time, then when you finally get into something, you can't do it on your own. So probably today you learned more than you did in a long time, which is great.
Yeah, good point.
That first 5 minutes of chaos there in the producer spot is going to go a long way in your career. So you remember those moments, and they're fun.
I look forward to making mistakes.
And again, it wasn't your fault. There's just some things we had to reset and all that. So, no, all good. But how's Matt Iowanek been with you?
Maddie's awesome.
Really?
Yeah. That isn't always...
He still hasn't...
don't tell people that. He's got an image to keep.
Once he really gets to know you, he comes in harder.
It's funny, the stories of Matty when he goes somewhere and they're like, where's that Iowanek? Like people are actually looking for him and he has to go disguise himself. But no, it's good. What's been your favorite moment so far? Aside from, you don't have to include me in there. I know it's probably including me, but what's your most exciting moment so far here?
I think the hangout. I think sitting in there, it's got more comfortable as times went on. The first one, I sat there with my water bottle in my hand and said about 8 words the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to do that the other day, and that's pretty cool. Besides that, I honestly just like hanging out around here.
Yeah.
The vibes are high. No one's ever in a bad mood. And if you are, I mean, they get made fun of. So it works out perfectly.
I'm in a bad mood a lot, actually. But I make fun of other people when I'm in a bad mood.
Yeah, you just look angry all the time. Bye, Maddie. Have a good trip.
Oh, my God. Sucking up to the boss.
Maddie's gone now. What
I know,
are we
that's
gonna
it.
do? Chaos.
Cats away, the mice will play.
Oh.
And he said he would not chime in to any of the shows, and don't text him or call him because he is off the grid, man. So, Dusty, you better, no more naps for Dusty, man, because he's next in line here. So, it's going to be interesting without Iowanek.
Hangout's fun. I remember the first time I was on the Hangout. That was interesting.
That was kind of cool.
You were on with me once early, too.
Yeah, when I was with the Elks.
Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I mean, did you listen to 1260 before?
I did. Yeah, no, I was a big fan. And actually, I got into Nate's program, not expecting or, but like kind of hopes and dreams. How I had planned out in my head was, to try and stop by there for at least a little bit of time anyway, whether it be this practicum kind of thing or whatever. And then was it July, August? It shut down, and I was going to school in September, and I'm like, oh my goodness, like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
Is this a mistake? And then obviously it's turned out better than anybody expected when the news first was dropped.
And B Money, what is it? What's the thing you did yesterday?
The Rubik's Cube.
Yeah, he did it in under
yeah,
a
you
minute
can do
and a
that
half.
stuff. Hey? Yeah, my son's good at that too. He learned the whole algorithm or whatever the thing.
Well, we were doing a little bit of research.
Yeah, you were explaining the same way he was explaining to me. That's why I left.
Yeah.
Yep. I can't do it.
He's. I think Coob's also going to see some entertainer guy.
Yeah.
Oh.
Tyler, the Creator.
That guy.
Yeah. Do you listen to Tyler?
I've heard some of his stuff.
Okay.
Listen would be a stretch.
All right.
I don't know. He's not bad.
Are you looking at possibly at a Rookie of the Year status here with the Estes?
I have no idea. What's the competition like?
I think it's only you, so you might be good.
I mean,
I like your chances of bringing home a caller.
I'm pretty sure Reid's going to clean house for all the awards.
Oh, yeah. I get you're going up against Reid, Jay.
Oh, yeah. Well, then I have no shot.
There's no shot.
Well, let's see what you can do lately. I mean, our show got up and running. Those two didn't help.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Where were they?
Have you? Because you said you wanted to host one day. Has anything changed in that aspect? Or are you enjoying the producing side of things? Or
You know what? I do enjoy this. The troubleshooting.
Oh, it takes a while. I'm still learning, man. You should have seen me on the pre and post game shows to start. I was a disaster, man.
He was.
But besides that, yeah, I am getting more comfortable with the mic in my face. Obviously, the Hangout helps with that. Maddie, I guess, not we. Has me doing a podcast, so I just recorded one of those yesterday, and
cool.
Talking for 20 minutes to yourself.
Yeah,
that's tough.
It's an acquired skill. I'm gonna say.
Oh yeah,
because that was tricky.
Not really. I talk to myself all the time, man.
Well, you hear voices too. So.
Jasmine says, the first time I was on the Hangout was with Gager. He was nice to me. The good old days.
Oh my God, Jasmine, stop.
And Box Pounder says, apparently Gager frightens people. Yeah, a lot of people are scared of Gager. Were you scared of Gager, Brendan, when you first met him?
Yeah,
Yeah,
an
really?
intimidating figure.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. You're a big guy, strong personality. I mean, it quickly faded. You're a nice guy. I'm not going to sit here and say I was scared for long, but walking in, I was like, oh, don't look at that. I don't know. Just, I don't know. I would hate to juice your tires too much, but there's like a little bit of an aura. I don't know. Like you carry some weight when you walk in the door.
Huh?
You played for the oil, bro.
That too.
Like, come on, man.
You're a pro athlete.
Like I was young and I was watching Joaquin Gage, man. Now I do his show with him. It's amazing.
You're like my boss now.
I'm not your boss.
You are.
I'm nobody's
basically.
boss, man. I am like below here on the totem pole.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Think so? I don't think so.
You've been here longer than I have.
Well, yeah, but I was just in and out.
No, but you're a regular on the Hangout. You had two guys.
Yeah, I was on basically the flagship program of. Well, you were too. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but
We're
not on
OGs.
EST though.
It was the birth of EST.
And then you were filling in a lot on the morning show.
At times, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how that went.
Interesting. So you still want to host, Brendan?
I think one day.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I would like jealous of you guys sitting over there talking.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, bro. Yeah, you'll get your shot. You'll get your shot. Before you know it, they're gonna be like, Brendan, you got to sit on the desk, and you're gonna be like, oh my God.
Yeah.
But it's great. It's cool, man. We have cool jobs.
Absolutely.
We get to talk sports, and a lot of people like us. Some people dislike us, but it's all good.
People sometimes think we're completely off base, which isn't too far off. But
Hey, man.
shucks, you get to come in tomorrow and do the exact same thing.
Yeah,
Some new people off.
and talk about an Oiler win tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's gonna be amazing. I like how no one gives them a shot tomorrow.
Yeah, how
They're
can
gonna
you?
win a game, man.
They're not winning tomorrow.
Jeez.
They're not. This is.
Okay, I'm gonna look up.
Did you not listen to Reid?
I know. I hate going against Reid. Sorry, Reid.
Reid said it was rock bottom tomorrow,
and he's never wrong.
The guy's pulse on these things is impeccable.
I know.
It's like he's covered this team for many, many years.
Point.
We were talking about, because of course now you lose 5 in a row and it's time to fire the coach, right? So
yes,
we were talking about the records of the previous coaches and how many games.
He's 5 away from Whitty.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So
we better get out of this slump.
Oh my gosh. So it's
might be trouble.
The Oilers coach half-life is reached at 170 games. So
you got 5 games to turn it around, Knob, or you're out.
Oh my God. I hope
that guy on the Twitter says, pack your.
Oh yeah.
So the Oilers last time they won in Carolina. Do you want to take a guess what year?
Carolina. 19.
Brendan?
21.
It was actually February 16th, 2020. They won 4-3 in overtime. That's the last time they picked up a win there.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they're not. What do you think is going to happen with Rantanen? We didn't talk about this at all.
According to all the insiders, his team is gonna let them know what the plan is.
His team,
like his agent and stuff, they're gonna say, "Okay, we will resign, or we're gonna test free agency." And holy smokes, did Carolina if he decides?
Did you almost drop an F-bomb there?
I did. I apologize. I'm fired up. I don't know why. I'm feeling good about tomorrow. I think the Oilers are gonna romp. The Oilers are gonna win by 3 goals or more tomorrow. And when they do, everybody better say, Hernan, you were right.
Reid was wrong. But does Rantanen play tomorrow, or is he traded by tonight?
No, he'll play. Why wouldn't he play? He was they whooped Buffalo.
I know. He had 1-1.
Hey, we're a week away from trade deadline.
I know.
I just thought of that.
Mm-hmm.
Ding, 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 ding.
So, I mean, where does he go?
Where do you go? Do you remember that song?
Do they flop Netchus and get him back?
Can you imagine?
Didn't work. Redo.
It's because Nate Chess or I don't know. He's doing well there in Colorado.
Yeah.
Like he's fitting in super well there. So
like OJ's glove the first time.
Yes, it's going to be a big win, man. Tomorrow we're all going to celebrate.
Yeah, I'm more interested in Rantanen here. Quit talking about an Oilers victory. That's not going to happen.
Well, if he says no, I don't want to stay here, they're going to move him by the deadline, and Vegas probably they'll find someone to put on LTIR.
Yeah, didn't someone get injured? Well,
buddy, the biggest thing for the Oilers coming up is what the hell they're going to do with Evander Kane. That is the biggest thing that no one's talking about.
Everyone's talking about it.
Well, we haven't.
No. Well, we're scared to talk about it. I said, what was the biggest disappointment this year? Or was that on Two Guys? I forget.
It wasn't
Long
on
week.
this show. Yeah.
I said that the biggest disappointment this year is Evander Kane. Because we got to the beginning of the season, we didn't know what was happening, and then he was on IR, then it got LTIR, and then he was supposed to come back around February, and then there was this knee surgery, and now he's skating at times, and we still don't know, and it's a mess. It's a mess what's happening here. And if they don't, and I mean, what we hear is from our insiders, and they say from rumblings is they don't know what's going on.
They know. I mean,
you're really optimistic today.
I know what's going on. I'm just like Stuart Skinner.
You're Mike Kulak.
And Brett Kulak. I'm extremely positive when there's no reason to be. Corey B says, I'm still scared of her now. Why? I am like the nicest person in the world.
Not when when you've had a couple beers. You're very handsy.
Okay, but that doesn't make me I'm not like mean or anything.
Not if you don't like to get touched, though.
Okay, I just like go like, hey,
Dude,
hey, yeah.
I had bruises on my shoulder.
No, because I was pumped because Coop was doing a rap song.
Yeah, but that was you hit me like 8 times.
And I was
during that song.
laughing, and I was like, that's a good joke. Like,
But
what's
it was
wrong
every
with doing
guy that went up there. I had bruises all down my arm.
Whatever. 19 away from 100 thumbs up. Let's get there on this Friday. It's been a really good week for all the shows here on EST. We're knocking it out of the park.
Yeah, it's been a great week. Thank you to all the listeners for staying engaged. I'll go over, if you're still interested in joining the F1 pool, I'll go over the criteria after the break here.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've gotten tons of people looking to join, which is great.
Yeah, it's great.
It's exciting. Last day of testings today. Looked like there was a little bit of racing in the first. Guys were getting their elbows out just in practice here, which was kind of cool.
I just want to be clear though, in this fantasy league, like everybody can have the same drivers, right? Like you're not selecting like a hockey pool.
No. You can. Everyone could almost have the same team, right? But that's where you have to change. Or you're not gonna win.
I'm pretty sure this is my homeboy on the Nasty Chat JR21. He says Hernan is the Chilean Snoop Dogg. He's always called me that.
Really?
He thinks I look like Snoop.
Nope.
And then Hernan and his darts.
Or I don't see it. I'm
okay,
sorry.
that's fair.
But I can see the demeanor and the coolness of it all. Yeah.
Rod Z says, McDavid to Colorado. Let's not start there. Like, the coach is not going anywhere. McDavid's not going anywhere. I know he's joking. As we say hello to the Winnipeggers, the WSTers, the Hustlerites. Thank you for coming in to this chaos that are the Edmonton Oilers. Hey, Winnipeg lost to Nashville.
They what? I didn't even look.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
I think it was 2-1.
Are you serious?
Yes.
I like how they just jump in and then you rub it right in their face.
Oh, no.
No, but I mean, everything's, you know what? Winnipeg, you've had such a good year. Like, whatever. You lost one game. Boo-hoo.
Oh, Bravo Bree. Hi, Bravo Bree.
Yeah, they lost 2-1.
Phyllis, 2-1. I am sorry about that. I thought you guys were going to get close to that 16 for sure. Well, you
can't win them all.
It's good. You can't be feeling that good about yourself. You can't be feeling like Hernan is right now, or you're just going to see some.
They're blaming you because you said it was an automatic win yesterday.
Oh, well, it should have been. They were missing Yossi, and you were playing the Nashville Predators. Come on.
We were all devastated. Well, imagine if you're the Oilers and you're 0 for 5 in your last 5, and the team is laughing after games. And
So, Winnipeggers, let me ask you this: is this season? Are you way more confident this season with your chances of battling for the Stanley Cup opposed to previous seasons? Is this the best you felt about your Jets team?
Or are you worried about the President's Trophy curse? Yeah. We want to hear from the Winnipeggers. You guys are having a great year and awesome. I love Scheifele. He should have been on damn Team Canada. I don't know how the U.S. benched healthy scratch Kyle Connor in the final game. What are they thinking?
Yeah.
Josh Morrissey, hell of a defenseman. All right. Coming up next, we'll announce our winner for the Gimme Virtual Golf 2 hours. As we have a lot of correct answers. Don't give it away yet, Gager. And we'll close out the week here on EST Afternoons. Keep slamming that thumbs up. We're back after the break here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Here's Brendan with your sports update.
A light night on the NHL schedule sees only 3 games around the league, featuring the Leafs in New York to face off against the Rangers. The Stars host the Kings, and Minnie jumps on the road to Colorado. The pride of Fort Saskatchewan, Kirby Dach, underwent season-ending surgery on his right knee. Canada West semifinal kicks off as the Golden Bears take a trip down Highway 2 to Mount Royal, as the Cougars will host the best of 3. In the ACAC, Augustana drives the same highway, but they get off in Red Deer to play the Kings, and tomorrow Game 2 between Nate and Concordia goes. Nate winning the first game 5-4 in overtime. 10 games around the association, including the Bulls playing host to the Raptors, who opened up a roster spot by waiving veteran PJ Tucker earlier today. The Titans of the East tip off when the Cavs and the Celtics meet up, and the Battle of LA finishes off the night when the Clippers head across the street to Crypto.com Arena. Tomorrow, Golden State is in Philly, and they will not be seeing Joel Embiid, who will miss the remainder of the season to focus on rehabbing his injured knee. This day in sports history after the break. My name is Brendan Eric, and you're up to date.
Two guys and a goalie.
I'll probably watch a lot of Emerson, see how he handles this type of forward check, because as the season goes on, especially come playoff, it gears up to another level where you have to start making decisions a lot quicker. He's going to have to find another level. It's a good place where he's at now. You're going to need more from him.
Two guys and a goalie, presented by GS Construction. Tuesday and Thursday afternoons at noon, only on Edmonton Sports Talk, your clear choice for Edmonton sports.
Your home for live music and great performances is the River Cree Resort and Casino. Don't miss the internationally recognized tribute, the Alan Jackson Experience, April 18th at the River Cree Resort and Casino. Get your tickets at rivercreeresort.com. River Cree Resort and Casino. Excitement? Bet on it.
Celebrating 70 years in the signage industry, William Huff Advertising is the most recognized name in the game. An in-house, one-stop shop for all of your design, print, and installation needs. William Huff provides quality graphic solutions for everyone. Here in our City of Champions and throughout the nation, they are the preferred signage partner entrusted by many of the biggest corporations, pro sports teams, and organizations to bring their identity to life. Recognize the name, get in the game. WilliamHuff.com.
Play more tables and games.
Play more tables and games. Make the most of your bad game. Oh, you want to, you need to, you know just what you gotta do. It's time to add some fun to your life. Make the most of your bad game. Play more tables and games. PlayMoreGames.ca.
.247, last segment here of the week on EST Afternoons. Joaquin Gage, Hernan Salas, and our producer for today and all of next week, Brendan, the intern, with us here, doing a great job. We had a bit of a rocky start, but it wasn't Brendan's fault. I'm blaming.
Well, quit
I'm blaming
bringing it
Trev.
up then.
I'm blaming Trev.
Blame the Coob. He's the one not here.
The Coob has his own little process back there, and no one can understand it.
Yeah.
So, Waddy says, Oilers are going to win tomorrow. Has Hernan been watching the last 3 games? I'm trying to be positive here. Positive Hernan, man. Baggio with an interesting question. You're working out, whatever it is, running, weights, abs. You're exhausted and can't do it anymore. What song comes on in your shuffle playlist that you push to absolutely get through it no matter what? Interesting question.
It's either peanut butter and jelly or the song called Take It Off that I listen to.
I'd probably go like, I don't even know. Probably like some rap.
Really?
Some Tupac.
I need
some Biggie.
I need someone like doing the slam the door. Like
I need like house.
Yeah.
I need more time for that question.
Or EDM. My new favorite EDM is that Charlotte DeWitt. She's great.
I listen to a lot of Spanish too, though. That's pretty good. Like reggaeton. I don't know if
Head down to Tomorrowland, Brazil.
Bad Bunny.
No.
No Bad Bunny. You know who? We talked about Bad Bunny. You know who
He
Bad
was at
Bunny
the
is,
50th.
Brendan? Yeah, he was.
I don't know.
No, you
Who's
don't.
Bad Bunny?
You don't know who Bad Bunny is?
No. Should I do some Googling?
No. Okay, you probably won't like his music. He's been in WWE. He's been in a lot of. He's acting a lot now.
In what? Machete 3?
He was in Narcos.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, in Mexico Narcos.
Yeah, I only watched the Pablo Escobar.
Oh, the Mexico one's good, man.
Yeah, those are probably two of my favorite shows.
Really?
You can call them two separate shows, I
And
guess.
Pablo Escobar is in the Mexico one because it's the Mexico one is during when Pablo Escobar was still alive.
Oh, really?
It's a whole different story. It's about how the Mexican cartel started.
Oh, did you watch Entourage?
Of course.
You remember when? What's his name? Jesus, oh you. What's the main guy? What's the actor's the main guy? The movie star. What's his name in the show?
Vinny Chase.
Vinny. When he takes on the role of Pablo Escobar, it's supposed to be his big, his big moment, and it
just
sucks.
a dud. Yeah.
But the worst thing is I watched that and I thought, that's how they got Escobar. Like there's this big huge scene, but actually the way they got him was he was just jumping across a roof.
Yeah, because they caught him.
They caught him.
Yeah.
And then they had it in the show.
Mm-hmm.
Same way, but
it's a great show, man.
It was a good show.
All right, our question for 2 hours at Gimme Virtual Golf was what was the word again?
Who was the antagonist in the golf film Tin Cup?
And if give the answer. Who was it?
Who was it?
Yeah.
It's okay to do it?
Yeah.
I don't want to get in trouble again.
No.
Don Johnson.
All right. If you texted Don Johnson to the River Cree inbox, one of you, I will select as the winner for 2 hours at Gimme Virtual.
Oh, yeah. A lot of people got it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Except some people. Don Knotts. No, that was Three's Company.
That's Mr. Furley.
Yeah. God, we're old.
Bad Bunny has been in the top 3 most streamed artists in the world for the last 5 years.
Wow.
Yeah. He's acquired taste, though, his music.
Every brand of music's acquired.
Not really.
No?
No. Not really.
I don't like the Beatles.
You don't like the Beatles?
No, I find it awful.
Really?
Yeah. It's annoying. And Elvis Presley music? Gross.
Really?
You listen to the Beatles?
My dad's a big Beatles guy.
Do you listen
I
to the
grew up
Beatles?
with it. Well, I don't listen to it, but I don't mind them.
No.
That's an interesting take, man.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Who's your favorite band of all time?
Band?
Yeah. Or musician, artist.
I
don't know.
I go through phases, I guess. I don't really have a favorite band. I guess I liked Wyclef. Went to his concert.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Wyclef was great.
Well, I grew up with like 90s rap, so like Tribe Called Quest. I really like I still listen to that stuff. Like old of Snoop Dogg's first, The Chronic, Eazy-E. Like that's the kind of stuff I'm still into and hear, like old school rap.
I listen to that too, but not all the time. Like I have to be in a specific mood. Right?
People are asking if you like the Bee Gees.
Not particularly. Like my dad used to play. Like he was a struggling musician, so I had to listen to a lot of crap. And but I mean, Steve Winwood, Leo Sayer, Eagles, Don Henley. Huey. My dad would buy me CDs. I remember he bought me my first Tragically Hip album with Leo Sayer. God, these are old groups here though. But I would say back in the day, Steve Winwood was my.
Winwood.
I liked him the best. Thought he was awesome.
Yeah, I grew up with rap, so it's kind of, my music, my palette, musical palette has expanded. I like the only genre I don't like is country.
Yeah, and it's funny because my wife was never. She starts listening to some country now.
Yeah.
Timber Woodsman says, "Don't like the Beatles? I guess you don't like any music then. So much music now was inspired by the Beatles." Yes, but that's the argument that LeBron is the best ever. You wouldn't have LeBron without Michael Jordan, right? So
I saw him crying yesterday again about something.
Yeah. How does the league allow a 40-year-old to dominate? That's what I want to.
It's terrible. absolutely terrible. It's been a fun show. I mean, listen, it's everybody's down in the dumps with the Edmonton Oilers. I get it. And listen, we don't all agree on all topics regarding the Oilers, but
or the Beatles.
I like or the Beatles, and I like it. But we've always kept it respectful, and we agree to disagree sometimes, and that's fine. And I'm saying the Oilers win tomorrow. And you can all jump on the postgame show and say, Hernan, you're right. I'll be waiting.
I can't wait till you're livid tomorrow after the game. I'm tuning in for that. I might even come in and watch you after that.
Matt Hyman, you like rap? Hernan, have you ever listened to Ice Cube?
Good one.
Oh.
Text of the afternoon if we had one. You want to sponsor Text of the afternoon?
You want to sponsor text for EST afternoons? Matt at Edmonton Sports Talk. Well, no, he's gone for 2 weeks, so just hit up Hernan at Edmonton Sports Talk. Send in your resumes if you want to be in the F1 EST F1 League. Only 2 spots available. We have a handful of them already. Me and Gage are going to have to do a lot of homework here and keep those coming in. Joaquin at Edmonton Sports Talk. All right, guys, that does it for us. Big shout out to Reid Wilkins for joining us. And he's coming up, the Reid Wilkins Show with Jay Milne from 3 to 6. We're back tomorrow at 4. Tom Gazzola will have the GCL Diesel Oil Stream pregame show as the Oilers are in Carolina to close out their road trip. Once again, download our podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts, and give us a follow there. Thank you for the thumbs up, and thanks for the support throughout this week. We're back Monday with more EST Afternoons here on Edmonton Sports Talk. Have a good weekend. Ciao for now.